This is FC Farmer coming to you from Farming Simulator 2013. We are going to load up our Westbridge Hills map and get to farming. In today's episode, we will actually do some farming and possibly some mowing missions. So we'll see how that goes. As I was advancing time to where it will be once we get here, there were probably about 10 missions that came up, or at least it seemed like that many, all front loader missions. So hopefully we'll be due for a mowing mission fairly soon. Oh, if we get this to load up here. So nothing really has changed since the last episode except the time. Oh, one thing has changed. Instead of the darkness mod that I was using previously, I've switched to a different darker night mod. It's actually called Real Night, I think. It is even darker, so we probably won't see that in this episode, but I will try to show it to you at some point. So we're leaving the time on about 15x because at the moment there is really nothing to do. We have all three of our fields growing, 2 fields with canola and 1 field with corn, and we're just waiting for them to be ready to harvest. If we go into here and look at our map, they are advancing nicely through their growth stages. But we are, I think, in the 3rd out of 4 growth stages, so we still have a little ways to go. Always have a hard time telling those last 2 growth stages apart. Okay, we're down into the farmyard. Nothing really different. Now that it's daytime, you can get a good view of all of our equipment here. Get rid of that. So let's go into here and check frequency. Okay, every 2 minutes, which is as quickly as you can make it. So hopefully we'll have some missions come up. Hopefully we'll get a mowing mission at some point. As I was exploring around this map a little bit, I did find the straw sell point, which also is where you would sell your bales and grass. I'm going to show it to you guys because there was a question on one of the forums about where it was. So here it is, this nice brown building. You'll see we are right next to the chicken coop over here on the, I think, east side of the farmyard. So it's right over here, kind of tucked away in this corner. It looks a little different than the one on the original map, but as far as I know at this point, the same functionality. We don't really have any ability to collect straw or do any baling, so we can't really tell yet. Another front loader mission and another deny. Wow, I tell you, these front loader missions are coming up strong. Let's go ahead and open up the prices and see what we have. There is actually right now a great demand for corn. and it's selling for $2.92 at the warehouse, which is a very good price for corn. Unfortunately, we have no corn in our silos, so we can't take advantage of that. I think we're going to try to sell some of these sugar beets that we have, just because I'm tired of so many of these sugar beets sitting in storage, and I really need something to do. So, hop in our tractor. The best sell point for it is the restaurant. So, let's load up with the trailer and some sugar beets, and we will go sell them. Again, I will try to spend most of my time in the in-cab view, trying to be, playing as realistically as possible. Some people don't really enjoy the in-cab view videos as much, but that's how I like to play, so. Drive around back here, hop under the sugar beet. There we go, filling up. Another front loader mission. So, while I know this is a very frustrating and not good idea, I'm going to drive up this closest hill, which is the one we actually came down in the last video when we tipped our tractor over. It is a pretty steep hill, and we're pulling 12.5 tons in the trailer, plus the weight of the trailer itself and the tractor. And here we go, starting up. I do have the tractor in all-wheel drive, and we are slowing way down. This is even slower than we were going in the last video, going up the hill, and oh, that is a problem. And now we are sliding back down the hill. Well, that didn't work. So now we're all cockeyed, and we did not make it up that hill at all. Give it another try. We're actually sliding off to the side of the hill. And there she goes again. Lose track, slide down the hill. Oh, alright. So, a nice demonstration of the MoreRealistic engine there. You have to pick where you drive, because with a not very powerful tractor and a heavy load on the trailer, you may not make it up some of these hills. So even though this is going the complete wrong way, to get to the restaurant, we're going to go this way initially, because I think we can actually make it this way. Another front loader mission, enough of that. Now we'll watch the mowing mission will come up as we're driving to our sell point here. Nice picture of the sugar beets on the back of our trailer. Pull up our map here. The restaurant sell point is, I believe, down there in the very lower right corner of my PDA map. Yeah, you can see it under the money icon. It's actually flashing yellow, and it's flashing yellow because there is a great demand there for corn. Correct? Yes, corn. So when great demands for things come up, the station that has a great demand will flash yellow. There's a great demand at the restaurant for corn, and it's still not even the most expensive. Oh well. So, a little drive down here. You'll notice I was going up a small hill and barely getting to 10 miles per hour here. Now we're starting to flatten out and we're going a little faster. You almost get a feel of great demand at the diner for potatoes. We also don't have any potatoes, so again, not very helpful. With this mod, you almost get a feel for the weight of the tractors and what you're pulling as you try to go up or down a hill and you're just slowing way down or speeding way up. Now as we go down this hill, we'll start to speed up. So I'm actually going to, since I'm in transmission type 1, apply some brakes to keep us from going out of control. Another mowing mission. Or pallet fork mission. Actually, I think what I'll do real quick while we're actually driving these around, I'll change this back up so it'll stop coming up so often. And going slowly up the hill. Alright. You'll notice the biogas facility here in front of us. That is where the biogas is located on the map. You can see on my PDA map there where we're at. It's good to know, good reference. I don't think in this season we'll get into much biogas stuff. The goal for this season and this save game is really to own lots of acreage of fields and farm them, grow crops on them. So we're not going to really focus a whole lot on the animals. And as the MoreRealistic mod really didn't change much when it comes to animals, they're still pretty much as they were in the base game, so there's not a whole lot of need to really highlight those. Okay. There's a big dip in the concrete there. And pulling up on here. And dumping. Now, I was carrying about 18,000 liters, 12.5 tons of sugar beet. And I will sell this whole trailer and we will not get much out of it. Sugar beet is the lowest priced commodity actually. So you'll see even here at the restaurant where the best price was, it's only selling for $49 per ton. Not much. So we really didn't make a whole lot there, but that's okay. Money is money, whether we make a lot of it or not. The reason sugar beets are so low in price is because you get lots of them when you harvest. So pull up the PDA map again so follow along where we're at. Let's drive back this way. Also, potatoes are also very low in price for the same reason. When you harvest potatoes, you can get a lot of potatoes, so the price is low to kind of balance that out. when you fertilize and harvest, most of the crops at their base selling price end up working out to be about the same amount of money per hectare. There are some differences, and certain crops are slightly better than others. Coming up here, we have the milk facility. See the nice milk truck there. Certain crops are better than others to use. They make a little more money, but once you fertilize the field, they all kind of balance out in terms of profit per hectare. So up in there is a drive-in theater. If you are unfamiliar with what a drive-in theater is, it, much like it sounds, you drive your car into a big parking lot, basically, and there's a big movie screen, and they project a movie up onto it, and you can sit there in your car and usually nowadays tune into a radio station in your car, and you get the audio track for the movie over the radio, and the movie plays up on the screen in front of you. They were very, very popular in the United States in the 1950s, and now there are still a few, although many less than there used to be. So if you've never seen a drive-in theater before, you can drive your tractor up to that drive-in theater and check it out. Again, since we're going downhill here, I'm using my brake to control my speed and keep it reasonable. Keep myself under control. Don't want any tipping over incidents like we had last time. And I think that'll do for the sugar beets for now. We sold off some of them, and now we don't have a huge heap sitting there. If we have a great demand come up, we at least still have some that we can go sell. Pull in here, back our trailer into place. Now this is one of the few instances where I will use the exterior view, and that's simply because with these trailers you just can't see where you're going when you're trying to back up. So back up, parking in the spot here. I want to turn the mowing missions back up, and I think what we'll do from here on out is basically just wait for a mowing mission to come up, or for it to be time to harvest, whichever comes first. So I will restart the video whenever one of those two things happens. Okay, so it hasn't actually been that much longer, and we have had a mowing mission come up. Let's see, the drive-in's parking ground is in dire need of a mowing job. Make it look less neglected than it already is. Time limit 9 minutes 28 seconds. Reward $5,400. So we'll accept that. Nice little health thing here. So now we are actually going to get to see the drive-in theater. If you look on the PDA map down in the corner, you can see a flashing green circle. That is letting us know where we need to go. And also, up by the clock, a timer has appeared. Once we actually start mowing, that timer will start counting down. There is also a timer of how long you have to get to the wherever the mowing job is and start doing it. That counter doesn't show up, but it does exist. They give you plenty of time to get there and start it if you want to do it. But after a while, if you hit accept and you decide that you don't want to do it, or you forget, it will eventually cancel itself. So, drive our tractor down to the driving. I know there's been a lot of discussion about mowing missions and things, and how they fit into the game, and what is the realism of them, and things like that. I don't typically do a lot of mowing missions, and once you actually get into the game, they're not really that beneficial. They're really most helpful early in the game when you have lots of free time and not much money. And I kind of consider this to be a contract job that we're doing for this place that needs some mowing done. That's sort of how I justify it. So, I am not really sure exactly what we're supposed to mow here. I'm guessing it's just the whole parking lot area. So while we unfold this mower here and get ready to go, I'll hop outside real quick. You can see there is the movie screen, and that little building there would be where the projector is housed, and it would project the movie up on the screen, and you would park your car in this area and watch the movie. So, pretty interesting. Okay, in cab view, fire up this mower. Oh, that would be lift. Fire up the mower. Put it in forward, and here we go. Yep, see there, our timer started. I'm guessing this large area where it's pretty consistently tall and thick is what we have to mow. Just judging based on how the original map kind of worked with its mowing missions. This brown grass that map is kind of odd. I've seen online where it's been posted that this area is supposed to simulate somewhere out west in the United States where the grass may be browner, but at least in my experience with grass, it doesn't usually grow when it's brown. So, I don't think we would actually have to be mowing brown grass, but that's, again, small details that we won't focus too much on. If this was a non-paid DLC map, for instance, if it was just a normal mod map, I would probably go in and change the grass texture to something that was more green and looked a little bit better. But since it's the paid DLC and the files are encrypted, we can't do that. And so we'll live with the brown, dead-looking grass. It still works just like the grass in the original map. It just looks different. No big deal. with these mowing missions, you don't have to typically be too concerned with getting absolutely every spot. You'll see that I will probably miss a few spots here and there, especially around the corners. The mowing missions, they consider it completed when you have mowed a certain percentage of the mowing area. So usually if you're doing a pretty good job of mowing, you won't even finish the whole mowing area and it will say job complete. Also, this also applies to the front loader missions, but if you complete the mission before time is over or your timer is up, you get a bonus. So the idea is to complete these missions as quickly as possible and earn yourself a little bit of extra money. Mowing missions, if you are using the side mower or some of the other mowers that actually attach to the tractors, these mowing missions are very easy and you should have no problem completing them within the time limit and even well before the time is up, getting a nice time bonus. Your other option, the cheaper option, is to use the little Amazon trophy hopper mower, which is fairly inexpensive if you want to do mowing missions early in the game. However, its cutting area is fairly small, and you will usually get pretty close to your time limit with that. Or at least on the original map, you would usually get pretty close to your time limit trying to mow with that. So we'll see if doing this area completes the mowing mission or if we have to go over and do more of that. Oh, there it was. So we received the $5,400 that was originally agreed to when we agreed to do this mowing mission, plus a time bonus of $3,650. So $9,000 there for 10 minutes of work. Nice way to make money in the early game. And also, if you had the proper equipment, you could then come either bale or collect this with a forage wagon and either sell it or take it to the biogas facility or use it to feed your animals with whatever you wanted to do with it. I do not have any collection equipment as of yet, so we will not be worrying about that. We'll just head back to the farm. We're about to get through the third day here. Let's take a look and see where our crops are at. Looks like they're probably still in that third growth stage, so we're not super close to being done. Since we have some time, let's go ahead and drive up this way. We'll drive into the town and take a quick little tootle around the town here. This area right off to our left is actually the train station. You'll see the nice railroad crossing right there. Let's drive right up alongside this building. There's a nice big storage building here for you if you want to make use of that to keep equipment in this area. And here we can see the ramp. You drive up on that ramp, there's the grate where you can dump your grain into to sell it. So that's the train station, or train station is what they call it on this map. And another front loader mission there. There's a lot of front loader missions and not a whole lot of mowing missions, so No trains coming. Here we can see our 2 fields with canola planted in them. That's field number 5 and field number 6 is over there. In this map, they stick out a lot because all the grass surrounding the fields is brown. So, you can really tell where your fields are. When you get up into the town, you will actually see some traffic. Up until this point, we haven't really seen any traffic or people. There's some nice town roads here with a speed limit of 30 miles per hour. There we go, there we have some traffic. And a nice little park here. And there's a few various triggers here in the town. There's an egg sell point, plenty of phones, plenty of ATMs, and a couple of fuel stations. That being one of them. And the other one is up here on the other side of town. But we're not going to go all the way over and check that out because it's really not that interesting. There's a sell point up by field 3, between field 3 and field 8. That is the warehouse. So, in case you wonder where the warehouse is, that would be it. The flour mill is by the sheep's pasture, or kind of by the sheep's pasture. You have to go up a hill past the sheep's pasture to get up to it. And what is the other sell point? Diner. I think the diner is the only one that I haven't at least talked about. Another front loader mission, so we'll deny that then. I don't know that I have actually been to the diner yet, so that might be the last sell point there that we haven't talked about, right between sort of the end of field 11 and field 9 there. Although I'm not sure, so don't take my word for that. I have not completely explored this map. I've seen what I have seen just by driving around while doing the work that I needed to do and buying seeds and all that. So everything I say about the map is not necessarily correct. You'll have to kind of make sure that what I say is actually true. I'll try not to give you any false information if I can help it, but I can't guarantee that I won't mess up. So, since we did that nice mowing mission, cool $9,000, go park our mower back in here. And we'll put our tractor up. Judging by how long it took to get that first mower mission in the first place, it'll be a while before another one comes up. And I really don't like how you can't lower this in this position, so I'm going to fold it. Because I don't like how it sits when it's unfolded like that. It sits very high and wants to tip over. So, we'll do this instead. Disconnect it. Go park the tractor back over here. And I think on that note, another front loader mission. We will probably call it the end of the episode here. We'll be pretty close to our time. And this episode we actually accomplished something. We got to do a mowing mission, and we sold some sugar beets. Got to see a little bit of the map. In the next mission, I probably will not show any more mowing missions that come up, but I may do them because they're a good way to make money. In the next episode, we will harvest our fields. So that will be what you have to look forward to. So until the next episode, harvest. This has been FC Farmer playing Farming Simulator 2013. I hope you enjoy. Please leave your comments. Tell me what I can do differently that will entertain you more. Or just generally complain about how terrible I am at making videos. Thanks for watching.